Welcome back to another Sunday drive. Thanks for joining. Another chilly Sunday here in, well, I'm just south of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So hanging out in the basement, gonna go for a little drive. Something a little different today, trying to figure out what to do, and wouldn't you know it, I got a special package. Clunkety clunk clunk clunk. It's not very exciting when you get these packages, they make no noise, but got a special package this week, a custom car that I ordered, so I thought, you know what, let's crack this baby open and run some laps. I think this is going to be pretty exciting, so I've been waiting a while for this. I had my eye on it, and another custom creation by Jetta Royer. I got a couple Willie Gassers from him, and I've seen this car pop up a couple times, and he's made a couple of them, so I thought, you know what, I need this for my collection. This is definitely a huge childhood memory for me, so I needed this car. So let's crack her open and take a look at what it is. All right, here we go. Ooh, I feel guilty with my coffee on the table here. There's those moments in life, you know, that stick with you, and Pete yelling at everybody for no drinks on the table. It's probably going to be a life memory for me. But you know what, sometimes I put my controller on the table, sometimes I put my drink on the table, and I try not to actually these days. Now with the racing and that, it's a bit more serious, but today I'll put it away from the table a little bit so not to upset anybody. All right, let's see what we've got here. I love it when you get a well-packed car, eh? It's exciting. So this fella makes lots of custom stuff. Check his stuff out. GR Custom Slots. His Facebook page is GR Custom Slots. I think he goes under Jetta Royer. But yeah, check him out. Check out the slot car pages. He makes a lot of really cool stuff. I quite enjoy them. The Willie Gassers I got from him a couple years ago for my 50th birthday, so it was a couple years ago. And were awesome. They run great. They look great. Yeah, exactly what I wanted. I'm hoping this little guy is going to fit that bill. Ooh, yeah. Oh, hey, look at that. That is awesome. All right, let's take a look at this. That is sweet, eh? Such a cool car. Definitely be not firing up some ZZTop for this drive because I don't want to get in trouble from YouTube, so I am going to pull out the cigar box guitar and we will do a ZZTop like song to drive around with. How about we do that? There you go, JR Customs label on the back. Oh man, that is a sweet looking car. So it is on a Auto World chassis. It's got some silicones on here, and I don't know what these are on the front. These are interesting. These are not regular Auto World tires, I think, but we'll so I usually take these pins out anyways. I don't like these. It's a great idea, honestly, that Auto World's come up with. Instead of the plastic pin, the screw-in metal pin. The problem is, for anybody that's driven these, is that nut is massive, right? So when it's fine, you know, it's fine for just fun driving, but for getting into some quick racing or driving, it sits way too high. I'm not sure what else they could have done. Again, I get it. I get the idea behind it, but to me it doesn't quite work. We'll try this guy out with the magnet in it. I see it looks like Jetta's trimmed the magnet holder a little bit to get these fatter tires on here. Yeah, so we'll see how this guy runs. Maybe leave the magnet in. We'll see how it runs with the magnet, and you never know. I do like them to run without the magnets. They're super fun. What a beautiful looking car. This is going to be fun. So I'm going to take them over to the dirt track and yeah, let's go for a drive. All right, let's get this bad guy on the track. I think I said in another video recently, so on this track originally the Outback Overdrive came with, I don't know what the heck, like rocky sections, crisscross, wacky tracks, so I got rid of those. I got a couple 9-inch replacement straights. I got some other pieces. I haven't expanded this track yet at all, but the plan is, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, damn. Yeah. I'll gonna expand this track maybe at some point, we'll see. And but inevitably I'm gonna make a proper road course here, not a little dirt track. I gotta push that magnet down, I think. Man, this car wants to run fast. I only got it set at 18 volts. Why don't we push that magnet down and see what we can do? Quick video of that. Yeah, I'll probably do a quick video and we'll take a look. All right. Well, what's a Sunday drive with a little tinkering, I guess. Especially with a, oh, shall I say T-Jet? People get upset when you call these Auto Worlds T-Jets, but inevitably they're the same thing, except they got the big magnet on the purists will tell me I'm wrong. But end of the day, it's pretty much the same, but different. Well, I guess when I'm taking it apart, I should change that pin out, but I won't get into that. So if you haven't done one of these before, the biggest thing you can do with these Auto World Ultra G Thunderjets is push this magnet down, because usually it's sitting too high, and this one I can feel the lip. So it is sitting too high. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt. It's easier to push down the magnets on the extractions, because they're actually exposed. You don't have to take the car apart. On the Thunderjets, Ultra Gs here, you do have to take the car apart. It looks like he has done some work on this. It's clean. It's not got that goopy packing oil. Yeah, so you got to take out the back magnet to get to the Ultra G magnet, and I think you can see it. Should be able to see it, maybe. Super hard to keep these cameras in focus. They like your fingers, but it's right there, right here. Little pokey hole. Should have got something to poke it with. I didn't have anything on the table. Oops, magnet sticking to the bottom. How about a T-Jet axle? That'll work just fine. There we go. Buttes. I'm losing brushes and magnets and everything else. Where did my Ultra G magnet go? Oh, it's pushed right out. So this is the magnet here, this little round dot. Easy peasy to put those back in. So I'm going to put it out of the way for now and put everything else back together. I don't have all my other tweezers out. Everything's packed away when I stick it all in my race box. So these ones are not ideal because they're magnetic and everything else, but that's what I got. See if I can get this done. One camera take without having to shut it off and run away and get other tools. Jody, you're supposed to be driving on Sunday, not farting around, right? well, get her done here real quick. It's funny, like I always say, growing up, I grew up with, I just put that on backwards, no. I grew up with Tyco cars, and at the time we didn't know really how to maintain them, where to get parts or anything, so usually if something broke, you threw the car in the in a shoebox, and it just lived there until, for years, sometimes decades. Yeah, so the magnet actually just sits in that hole. A lot of the time I do take these out, but I'm going to leave this magnet in just to keep this guy running. So I'm going to see if you can see that here, if I can get it and keep it in focus. The magnet's sitting quite a bit below the chassis right now. What we'll do is we'll get it put back together. Put the old Eliminator back together. This is really neat. I don't know what this body is or where he got it, or somebody must be casting it. I don't know. Super cool. I have no idea what I was just saying. That was not it. Let's see. Sorry, need my eyeballs here. Let's get my eyeballs on. See what the heck I'm doing. Oh shoot, what was I saying? I can't remember. Oh, when I was a kid, with Tycos and whatnot. Yeah, I just throw in a shoebox and go buy another one. They were, oh, I don't know. I remember them being about $20 in the 90s. They're probably a heck of a lot cheaper than that. When I was definitely cheaper than that when I was younger. Yeah. But then you figure out you can do some maintenance. You can do maintenance on Tycos, replace stuff as well. So it's always a bit scary taking stuff apart when we were kids anyways. But yeah. Alright, so we'll do this enough up. I'm going to I'll replace this nut eventually, but for now, should be good to go. Right on. Let's take her for a spin, and actually what I was going to do before I stuck it back on the track is see where that magnet sits. So, still, yeah, okay, I see what's going on. Well, okay, interesting. So you can probably take that magnet out. You probably can't see it. Maybe you can, just a little bit. It sits sitting way up high because of these tires. Normally, if with these T-Jets or Thunderjet, Ultra Gs, sitting on the track, I don't know if you can see with this guy or not. You can't really see, I think, but the magnet's over here on this side. But I can see the magnet is actually sitting on the rail. So there is some magnet happening here. There's no magnet happening here because of these back tires. So that magnet can probably just come out. It really is not serving any purpose. So this is going to be tough to drive with these Auto World controllers. But let's give her a go. Maybe we'll have to put them on the big track. Like I said, this is going to be maybe tough with these Auto World controllers. They're not very forgiving with no magnets. Alright, get the doubt, get the good controller, go to the big table. Man, all the years you drove with rinky-dinky toy controllers, I'm telling you. I said this in other videos, but if you have a setup. Get yourself a variable power supply. A lot of the new Auto World tracks do come with a variable power supply, so that's amazing. Like, that's a game changer. You don't have to get a fancy power supply. I mean, you don't have to spend a fortune. I don't know what they are in the U.S. I think they're, $50, $60, maybe even cheaper in the U.S. I think we spend about 80 maybe here in Canada, but well worth it. And honestly, controller. You don't have to get one of these DeFalcos, but get an adjustable controller. It makes a world of difference. I mean, look at this. Like, I can drive this car talk on the Auto World controllers. I couldn't handle it. That table, eventually I'm going to settle on. It'll be an adjustable road course. I'm not going to screw it down. It's something that I can move around, put some buildings on. But I'm going to figure out a way to wire up some driver stations, but in a way that I can still adjust the table. I can still move pieces around. So potentially, put my power tap somewhere at the front of the table where it can sort of hopefully live there 99% of the time. It doesn't have to move around. I don't know if you can see in this video, but I mean, the front of the car does bounce around a lot, and that's that pin, right? On the Tyco track, the Tyco bleeds a little bit shallower than the FX Auto World, as well as, that pin hitting the different joints, bouncing around, but it is staying in. What a cool car. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Won't be going on the track very often. Although, that might not be true. I like to drive in this car for sure. And if you haven't been around some of my other videos, you might not know that I am working on a new track layout. That's why there's so much junk all over this table. We got a couple more race days coming up here in Okotoks, so I'll have to clean her up. But for now, it's counting out track pieces and trying to find the inventory for my new layout. What an awesome car. Yeah, definitely something special from my childhood for sure. This was the first ZZTop album I ever heard. Then I was later introduced to what I would call their best music, the older stuff. The completely different sound than the Eliminator, the crazy stuff we got from the 80s and the early 90s, all the synthesizers and stuff, man. But some of that old stuff, Blackbird and Tush, and great tunes, great memories. I had the opportunity to see ZZTop here a couple years ago, and man, like I know those guys are getting on, but it was fantastic, awesome memories. This car is probably not going to spend as much time in the display case as it should. Probably going to get driven. I'm going to throw on a ZZ Top album. Not on YouTube, so I don't get in trouble. And I'm going to keep driving this around. Yeah, enjoy it. Listen to some music. Enjoy the Sundays. So, as always, have an awesome Sunday. Have a great week. See you next time on Sunday Drive.